Now on CoastTV News.
A long-dreaded road closure becomes a reality. When you can expect Plantation Road behind me here to open up again.
The future of the Rehoboth Beach Library, how the downtown site is likely to change, plus it's part of our CoastTV question.
Recognizing the Distinguished Citizen of the Year, how the ceremony gives back to the community.
A second setback for Stillwater Harbor, what council decided today.
And attempts are expected to shift gears on us, and tomorrow we expect a very cold gear or two.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Roads closed at the 5 Point Roundabout continues construction. Good evening, I'm Charlie Sakaitis.
And I'm Mallory Metzner. Welcome to our News at 11. We begin tonight with drivers frustrated by the closure of a well-traveled intersection.
Plantation Road is closed down, not for a day, not for a week, but for the next 6 months, and its closure is getting mixed reaction.
CoastTV News reporter Charles Reinert shows us why DelDOT says this inconvenient closure is necessary.
Orange barrels everywhere as DelDOT continues construction at 5 Points.
It's definitely short-term pain for long-term gain.
Plantation Road is now closed for the next 6 months as the agency ties in Plantation Road and Beaver Dam Road with the roundabout. DelDOT says the end result of this headache will be worth it.
We know that it's definitely an inconvenience to have this closure. However, we've heard for many, many years that something needed to be done at this area, that the congestion and the traffic was just really, really difficult and only getting worse.
The closure extends from the Plantation Road entrance of Lowe's to the intersection of Saltmarsh Road and Beaver Dam Road. You can still get to the hardware store, but Tamara Jones at Lowe's says the closure is a hassle.
Well, this road being closed, I really think is a big inconvenience, especially for our business here. Main traffic is coming actually from off of Route 1 into our store here. Having to drive around all the way on Shady Road and to come into the development here is just crazy.
There are multiple detours to get around the roadwork, including Dairy Farm Road if you need to use Beaver Dam Road, and Cedar Grove Road to Kendale Road for Plantation Road traffic. Diana O'Hagan thinks the roundabout will help traffic flow.
We knew it was coming in the neighborhood, and we really need this to happen to help relieve the traffic on Beaver Dam Road and Route 9 and getting around Plantation Road, so I'm ready.
It's a project that's going to back up traffic and build up tensions, but hopefully when all is said and done, it will pave the way to a safer future. According to McLeod, the roundabout will be open to traffic on Beaver Dam Road and Plantation Road as soon as this March. However, he did also say that the tie to Plantation Road on the roundabout is not expected to be completed until Memorial Day. This is all also weather permitting. I'm Charles Reinert in Lewis, CoastTV News.
New tonight, abortion access took center stage in elections across the country today, especially in Ohio, where voters chose to enshrine abortion rights in the state's constitution.
That's one of the bellwether contests that could tell us a lot about the presidential race in 2024. As Alice Barr reports, all of this comes ahead of tomorrow's Republican presidential debate in Miami.
Results are rolling in on an election night with races across the country carrying national implications for 2024. NBC News projecting that voters in Ohio approved a ballot measure enshrining abortion access in the state's constitution, adding to a string of ballot measure wins for abortion rights supporters since the overturning of Roe v. Wade, as voters on both sides look ahead to the presidential race.
And we've been made to believe that we are a lost cause, that we are a red state, but we are a rigged state, and just don't count Ohioans out anymore.
Is the question of reproductive rights something that's going to be a motivating factor for you in the next elections?
Yes. I think life is sacred, and so, man, whoever stands up for those who can't stand up for themselves, that's going to be a big factor in who I choose to vote for.
Ohio also voting to legalize recreational marijuana. In Kentucky, NBC News projecting Democratic Governor Andy Beshear held off a Republican challenger in a bright red state to win an expensive and hard-fought race.
I stand here excited and optimistic about what we're going to do these next 4 years together.
5 Republican presidential hopefuls closely watching the results as they prepare for a battle of their own, squaring off in the next GOP primary debate Wednesday night in Miami. In Miami, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Certainly some interesting results given the recent polling out that showed President Biden trailing former President Donald Trump. You'll likely see election experts trying to untangle tonight's results and those poll numbers over the next few days.
And one story not mentioned in that last story was that in Virginia, Democrats also held on to the Senate there. That is something that was closely watched as, again, abortion rights was a key in that story. Now, you can watch the third GOP presidential debate right here on Coast TV this Wednesday. NBC News is hosting that debate. It's taking place in Miami. Lester Holt and Kristen Welker will serve as the moderators. Coverage for that starts tomorrow at 8 p.m.
Salisbury voters went to the polls tonight, and we have unofficial results at this hour, where Randy Taylor is leading with 1,032 votes, but this is still close. Megan Alton has 976 votes, and Jermichael Mitchell is a bit further back with 810 votes. Again, these are unofficial vote tabulations. And now let's take a live look outside to check on the weather. That is our Tidal Health camera, and it's felt like summer almost today. Our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams joins us now with a look at our forecast tonight. We might see summer again this week, Paul.
Yeah, I want you to hold on to those memories today, like high school memories. Just treasure that, okay? Because tomorrow, it's out the door. But they'll come back again, a day and a half from now. It's just crazy and upside down. But here's where we are right now. We're holding at 62 degrees, and it is very mild, just as Mallory pointed out, almost like a summer evening, quite frankly, with temperatures in the 60s. And the winds have now shifted directions. We're already starting to feel that out of the west at about 5 miles per hour. As far as the rest of this evening is concerned, listen, we're going to go from 60 down to 51 by 3 o'clock in the morning without any cloud cover to slow us down. But the winds have been out of the south, but now they're going to start turning and coming out of the north. Tomorrow's going to be a cold day. The day after that's going to be a summer day. And the day after that, well, now that one, we got to talk about that. But until then, back to you, Mallory.
Thank you, Paul. Could we just make them all summer days? The Ocean City Beach Patrol has taken its recruiting outreach international to fill its stands next summer. These photos are from the pre-employment skills evaluation that took place in Montreal, Canada over the weekend. The Beach Patrol is calling this recruitment a success as 21 people were appointed to Surf Rescue Academy. If you want to sign up for an upcoming lifeguard testing date here at home, visit the article on CoastTVnews.com.
We have more updates tonight about the Rehoboth Beach Library project. The library previously announced it's looking to open a second location on Route 24. They're also looking to lease out a portion of the current downtown location. The library is looking to split its locations, one being in downtown, the other, again, located at 24. The library says many explained they have had trouble getting to the library during the summer season due to traffic. The deed modification, that is the next step in this library process.
We have an agreement with the town to provide library services. When it was done, I think back in the 70s, I'm not positive of that date, it was for this part of the building because that's what existed, okay? It might have been the early 2000s, but because we want to retain this part for library services, we just need to flip-flop the lot numbers.
The Rehoboth Beach Library says the deed is currently being rewritten by an attorney, and then it will be re-presented to the city in December. The library hopes the two locations will make library services more accessible for the community. And speaking of the library, this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, do you go to your Coast Library? Let's take a look at the results.
Taking a look at the screen here, it's almost an even split. 48% say yes, 52% say no. Remember, it's not just for checking out books. A lot of people probably go to the library to use the Wi-Fi.
A whole lot of different reasons to go to the library. All of them are good. If you haven't voted yet, you can still do that on WRDE, or rather CoastTVnews.com, or our Coast TV mobile app.
Heads up if you plan to drive to Rehoboth Avenue tomorrow. The city says DelDOT will be doing routine maintenance on the drawbridge starting at 10 a.m. At that time, both sides of the bridge will be raised and parted for bridge openings.
I'm Madeline Overturf. Here's a look at just some of the things happening across Delmarva. A Salisbury woman is facing charges after spitting and biting multiple first responders during a DUI arrest. Police say this woman, Wanda Rodriguez Gonzalez, was wanted for a hit and run on Laurel Road, and her car was found disabled down the road while she was running away. During her arrest, police say Gonzalez attacked the first responders and banged her head into the window, damaging the car. She's now facing multiple charges. Sussex County Council upheld the denial of the Stillwater Harbor development in Oak Orchard. The developer appealed Planning and Zoning's original denial for the River Road parcel, but Council ruled against Stillwater Harbor again on Tuesday. Milford will unveil its new playground and pickleball court this week. A ribbon cutting is Thursday at 2 p.m. That's a look at just some of the things happening across Delmarva. I'm Madeline Overturf.
A family in Queen Anne's County has been displaced after a house fire on Sudlersville Road on Monday. You can't see a lot of damage in this photo, but investigators are estimating $40,000 in damage. The Maryland State Fire Marshal says the fire was accidental and started on the back deck due to discarded smoking materials.
In an attempt to address school safety and come up with possible solutions, Worcester County Public Schools says law enforcement and the Board of Education met on 3 separate occasions over the past 2 weeks. The joint statement from law enforcement and the Board of Education states, quote, "The Office of the State's Attorney, the Sheriff's Office, and the Board of Education are committed to participating in ongoing meetings and discussion and taking actions necessary to achieve the highest level of safety and security in Worcester County schools."
A new Sussex County Distinguished Citizen of the Year has been named. The Delmarva Council hosted an event at Ivy in Dewey Beach tonight to honor Jack Riddle. The program consisted of a color guard presentation from Sea Scout Ship 198. Eagle Scout speaker Wyatt Snyder read the Scout Oath and Scout Law. Riddle, who is the president of Community Bank Delaware, says the award is a reflection of business people who take time to give back to the community.
A committee of us sit down and look at who the people are in our communities that have made a difference, and that we can go out and work together and create a voice for scouting. We have many scouts with us here this evening who have shared some of their experiences with the guests who are here tonight.
And that's part of the mission here. It's to raise money to help the program, but it's also to expose the scouts. There's a whole bunch of business folks in there, a whole bunch of business professionals.
Early fundraising estimates show this event tonight raising close to $50,000 for the Delmarva Council. That's a record for this event.
We have a lot more news to get to this evening.
Still to come, police chase the events that led to the felony arrest of a Bridgeville man.
I want to say congratulations to Jack again. Actually, one of the first people that welcomed me into this market. Congratulations to you, Jack. By the way, let's pay attention to this forecast, Jack, and everybody else. We're not going to be this warm tomorrow.
And next, new playground equipment at the Milton Memorial Park, how new equipment meets the special needs of families in the town. We're going to be back in just 60 seconds.
Chesapeake Healthcare is always growing, adding providers, including a new head of dentistry, expanding our mental health care to the Crisis Center in Berlin, and adding accolades. Several of our providers are Stars of Salisbury Award winners and finalists, as well as Best Local Pharmacy and Best Local Business. That's because Chesapeake Healthcare's office staff handles all the billing and insurance work, so our doctors have time to be doctors. Learn more at chesapeakehc.org.
You know, Brian, the best thing about living in Maryland and Delaware is that we can use our decks year-round.
And Nikki, Paul Davis still has time to install 10 more decks before Christmas.
Sign me up. Paul Davis's AZEC decks are the best. They don't fade or crack, even in the winter.
Our customers love our decks, and our crews are ready to install your deck so you can enjoy the holidays. Call now for your free estimate, and we'll include a fire pit free with your new deck.
Now that is a good holiday.
Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling. We are the difference makers.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
An all-inclusive playground for kids of all ages and abilities is now part of Milton Memorial Park. This comes after about a year of fundraising and labor. The Women's Club of Milton and the Town of Milton have completed the installation of 2 new pieces of adaptive play equipment. The purchase of this equipment was inspired by a pressing need in Milton.
It's low enough that they can climb on it without, it has different levels. It has tactile, sensory equipment on it so the children can feel and touch as they move along on the equipment.
The mayor of Milton added that this entire project was a labor of love. Even today, children were making good use of the new playground equipment.
New at 11, a Bridgeville man has been arrested on multiple felony drug charges after he led police on a chase this morning. Troopers say they tried to stop 47-year-old Frederick Daniels of Bridgeville when he was driving on Brickyard Road without one of his headlights on. But Daniels got out of the car and ran away carrying a brown fanny pack satchel. The agency says that Daniels was eventually caught and troopers found cocaine, heroin, and other drugs and cash on him. Daniels was committed to the Sussex Correctional Institution on more than a $25,000 secured bond.
We have a very interesting forecast in that we are going to bounce around from season to season, from day to day. I talked about that yesterday. That has not changed. So tomorrow, get ready for a more fall/winter kind of a feel outside. Today was more spring-like, and this evening's actually almost like summer. I mean, we had a high today of 75 degrees, also the same in Salisbury, 77 in Ocean City. We had really ideal situations for Election Day for us in Salisbury. Now, we're actually 8 degrees warmer now than we were just 24 hours ago in Georgetown, but all that's going to plummet quickly. Right now, we are in the 50s. If not that, low 60s, like 59 in Millsboro and in Milton, but 60 in Georgetown, 60 in Bethany Beach, 64 Ocean City, and 57 right now in Ocean Pines. Generally speaking, we stay clear for tonight. Now, as we kind of let me widen the scope of this a little bit more, because I want you to see that the cold front is already beginning to push through. As it's pushing through, it's going to have a profound effect on how uncomfortable it will be tomorrow. I want to say that one more time in case you didn't hear that in the back of the room. A profound effect on how uncomfortable it's going to be tomorrow, particularly if you don't dress for the day. It's going to look like a warm day, but don't believe that sunshine when you see it tomorrow, okay? I'm letting you know now, because this cold front's going to clear out the skyline, and even tonight we're going to fall back into the 40s. We're talking low 40s just about everywhere you look, so that's going to be the first hint. But then the winds will come into play with them pushing out of the north. So listen, what I want you to do is, I want you to go to your closet, grab out your sweater for tomorrow, and you might even want your coat, because it's going to be cold all day long, especially with that wind howling in a serious way. You see, the winds are coming out of the north for our runner's cast, okay? We're going to see sunshine. It's going to look like a warm day when you look outside. Don't let the sunshine fool you. It's going to be out of the north at about 15 to 20 miles per hour. So you see all these arrows coming from the north to the south? That's that strong push in the upper levels as well as the lower levels of that cooler Arctic, almost Arctic air, we'll call it that. Temperatures will be in the 50s, but it'll feel like the 40s. Now, Thursday is a different day. Put the sweater back in the closet. Go grab your tank top, okay? Because for Thursday, we start off in the 50s and we'll end up in the 70s, near 80s, actually, with a chance of an afternoon spot shower, like a summertime shower for Thursday. And then Friday, we go back down again. So tonight, we cool off to 44. Tomorrow, deceptive sunshine, chilly winds, and 59. Then we go back to summertime on Thursday, almost hot, literally almost hot. Then we take a look at your exclusive forecast here on CoastTV. Friday, the rain hits with the cold front. Then after that, everything takes a nosedive until we get to like Wednesday of next week. But look at those temperatures in the morning time, 33 degrees for at least 2 days in a row.
Find those coats. Still to come, a Titanic auction. The one-of-a-kind memorabilia that is being sold to the highest bidder soon. What it's going to cost you to take home some of these artifacts.
And next, you will absolutely believe what most people think about the idea of a 4-day work week. We have the not-so-surprising results after the break.
When it's your home, we know you always want the best. And if it's unique, stylish, and custom-made, Superior Screen and Glass is your place. We are dedicated to providing the highest quality craftsmanship to our clients on every project. With our Pella and Anderson certified windows and doors, we will help highlight the beauty and function of your home with energy-efficient, protective glass. To make your business or home superior and beautiful, trust the experience and expertise of Superior Screen and Glass.
Not everyone wants a big funeral. For those seeking a simple alternative, the Eastern Shore's most trusted family and funeral service offers another option. Eastern Shore Cremation and Funeral Service is simple and affordable. A direct cremation tribute starts at just $15.95, or choose to have a small visitation service, serving Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia with easy consultation by phone and streamlined electronic documentation. Learn more at easternshorecremation.com. Eastern Shore Cremation and Funeral Services. Simply respectful.
At Delmarva Roofing and Coating, we believe in longevity. Since our start in 1988 and 10 million square feet of roofing later, we've gained the experience to solve your roofing problems. We combine those years of knowledge with cutting-edge technology to guide you through every project phase, inspection, maintenance, or installation. You can count on us to safeguard your investment with a reliable roof and service after the sale. Serving Delmarva for over 3 decades, Delmarva Roofing and Coating, above all, a good roof.
Looking for inspiration? Maryland's coast is naturally creative. Worcester County has art around every corner, down every street, and in every town. See our artisan creations in the galleries that aren't just in buildings. Experience our history in unexpected ways. Dive into our affordable museums with otters, mermaids, and boats. Take in free local music on our stages and off. In Worcester County, creativity is everywhere. To learn more and to visit Maryland's Coast, go to visitmarylandscoast.org.
A new survey shows that 3 out of 4 Americans would prefer a 4-day work week. Hey, sign me up right now. The poll taken by Gallup in collaboration with Bentley University says that the option would still amount to a 40-hour work week. That would be 4 consecutive 10-hour days. In the survey of 3,200 working adults, 77% believe that the 4-day work week would be ideal. The 4-day work week was deemed less important for those who work remotely. The second most sought after benefit involved paid mental health days.
If you've got the financial means to win some of these auction items, you could be king of the world. Memorabilia from the Titanic will be auctioned off on Saturday. British auction house Henry Aldridge & Son Limited said the items being offered for sale include this rare first-class dinner menu from the first night on board the doomed ocean liner. The menu is water-stained and some of the lettering is partly erased, but it's expected to fetch up to $86,000. Other items in the auction, a tartan blanket, that is expected to sell for up to $123,000, and a pocket watch that belonged to a Russian immigrant traveling to the United States in second class. The watch is, believe it or not, frozen in time for when he entered the frigid water and later died.
I was going to get in on that, but they outbid me. A growing number of Americans are cracking into their retirement fund nest eggs to help pay bills. That's according to a report from Bank of America. BOA says the number of its 401k plan participants pulling cash out has increased by 27% since the first quarter of the year. That's over 18,000 people, the highest level in the 5 quarters that the bank has been tracking this data. The average withdrawal, just over $5,000. Despite high GDP numbers and low unemployment, Americans are clearly still facing cash crunches caused by high inflation and rising costs of living. Some good news, though, the total number of people dipping into their retirement funds, it's still under 0.6%. And the report also found that Gen Z and millennials are actually ramping up their contributions. Coming up in sports, Smyrna takes on Charter in the D2 Delaware Field Hockey semifinal. See who earned a spot in the championship game.
But first, prepping food and careers, how a new program is supporting local entrepreneurs.
In the world of wires and watts, Expert Wires lead the charge for your home EV solutions. Get the fastest charging options at home for your electric vehicle with the highest standard of safety and excellence. Remember, leave the wiring to the experts and make it a powerful day.
If you want your trade-in to be worth more down the road, then shop Toyota. The best resale value brand according to Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com for the 3rd year in a row. On a $45,000 vehicle, see how these Toyotas are predicted to be worth thousands more than the average vehicle after the first 5 years of ownership. That's performance you can count on. Shop local inventory on buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
New updated COVID vaccines are now available. This updated COVID vaccine protects you from the Omicron variant XBB, currently one of the most common variants. No matter how many previous vaccines you have received, you should get the new COVID vaccine. Antibodies from previous doses may have gone down, no longer providing protection. Everyone 5 years and older should get one updated COVID vaccine. Those 6 months through 4 years should get 1 to 3 doses, depending on previous doses and manufacturer. Evening and Saturday appointments are available. Call La Red Health Center today.
Rural communities are on the front lines of a changing climate. Farmers can implement climate-smart practices that improve soil health, nutrient management, and energy efficiency. These practices improve our profitability, resiliency, and help to open new markets.
We know voluntary conservation works and are committed to working with farmers and forest landowners to leverage resources to increase climate resiliency through conservation practices. To learn more about climate-smart practices, scan this QR code to find your local USDA service center.
At BSD, we're here to serve you, our client. But did you know all that BSD has to offer? Everything for the inside and outside of your home. Decking, siding, trim, stairs, railings, hurricane shutters, kitchen and baths, and we install. As your local Anderson Diamond dealer, we also offer full service on all your Anderson products because Anderson backs their product with the best warranty in the industry. Visit one of our showrooms today and we'll show you all we have to offer.
In the world of wires and watts, where safety dances with ingenuity, a select few rise above. At Expert Wire, we're inviting the best, the skilled, the innovators who aren't afraid to connect. Apply now at expertwire247.com.
We do have a breaking news update here for you tonight. Earlier in the newscast, we told you that Virginia Democrats were able to hold on to the Senate in those key races. It is just coming across multiple sites reporting that the Democrats have actually flipped the House of Representatives in Virginia as well. So we'll have more updates on that tomorrow morning on CoastTV at 5 a.m., but we wanted to get everybody up to date before moving on. And now, serving up a plate of opportunity, a new program called the Kitchen Incubator in Georgetown is hoping to help new cooks get their start in a much more affordable way.
As Coast TV News reporter Tori Seagraves reports, the Kitchen Incubator has helped launch culinary careers already.
Letitia Dismuke was a banker for 20 years before she was laid off, but what could have been a setback became an opportunity to chase her passion. Dismuke is now a full-time chef, cooking everything from shrimp to fried chicken.
I had been doing this part-time, and so this came at the perfect time for me to be able to really go full throttle with the business and have the kitchen space to do larger parties and bigger events, so that part has been really instrumental in the growth of my business.
Sussex County Economic Development funded this professional-grade kitchen. It allows several cooks to pay to work out of, operating multiple businesses at one location. Hence the name, the Kitchen Incubator. The kitchen manager and previous owner of Casa Amici in Lewis knows a thing or two about running a restaurant. He says the demand for people wanting to become an entrepreneur in the area is high, whether it's in starting a food truck or catering a feast.
When they come in, they're so passionate and they're so excited to tell their story and get out there in the world. But when they come out and they're successful, and I'm behind it, I feel successful too. So
the Kitchen Incubator also includes training in things like marketing and business management, but does require you to have a ServSafe certification to join.
Jim Richardson says that there could be plans to expand on the Kitchen Incubator in the future, but for now, there are memberships still available. I'm Tori Seagraves in Georgetown, Coast TV News.
From the Wawa Studios.
Good evening, sports fans. Smyrna and Charter School of Wilmington competing for a spot in the D2 Delaware Field Hockey State Finals today. After a scoreless first quarter, Charter breaks through. Jillian Villaforte finds Adelina Danacola. Her shot takes a sharp bounce and it's in. The Force out in front, 1-0. The Eagles in a rare position of trailing early, but that wouldn't last long. 5 minutes later, Drew Moffitt gets a couple shots. The first one's blocked, but the second one deflects off a Charter defender's stick and finds the backboard. The quick equalizer has the game knotted at 1, then Smyrna was off and rolling. 4 minutes left in the half, a nice stop on the Eagles' first shot, but Bree Moffitt keeps the play alive, brings it right to the keeper. Ava Pierce stays low and pushes it past the goal line. Smyrna up 2-1. 2 minutes later, keep your eyes open or you might miss it. Bree Moffitt chips a drive behind Charter, a beautiful shot. Smyrna starting to gain some separation, up 3-1. at the break. Minutes into the second half, a corner for the Eagles. Drew Moffitt's sweep is kicked away, but Bree Moffitt with the spin move right here and the finish. What a goal! The Moffitts have been dominant in Delaware, and they continued that tonight. 4-1 Smyrna. 5 minutes later, Eagles continuing to control possession in the offensive zone. The Moffitt rips a shot off her back foot, and it goes into the net. The Eagles go on to win 6-1 and will meet Cape for the third straight year in the title game. That'll do it for sports. Have a great night, everybody.
The show basketball team known as the Harlem Wizards is coming back to the coast this weekend. The world-famous Harlem Wizards will play in the Cape Henlopen High School gym on Sunday. They're going to face off against a team of Cape Henlopen School District staff and local community members. The game is a fundraiser for youth programs in the district that are put on by the high school's Interact Club and Rehoboth Beach Sunrise Rotary Club. Tickets are on sale now. That game starts at 4 p.m. on Sunday. All dog breeds preparing for the show this weekend, where you can attend. Stay tuned on Coast TV News at 11.
NBC Nightly News, weeknights at 6:30 on Coast TV.
Life is a commitment, a beautiful journey that teaches us all that just when you think you've got it made, you've got another thing coming. To which we say, bring it on. You've got a heart that needs a hand. We've got hands committed to saving hundreds of hearts each year. You want your life back? We've got your back. And your hips, and your knees. You're facing a monster? We've got heroes. Life gets off to a rough start? We've got this, and this, and this. You have fear? We have hope. You're facing a storm? Hey, storm, is that all you got? Because we've got more. More ways to help, more ways to provide hope, more ways to prove our commitment to you. And that commitment, well, it runs deep.
Gateway Subaru is committed to providing the best car buying experience on the shore, and now is a great time to own a new Subaru. Our team of friendly, knowledgeable professionals are here to assist you every step of the way, and with an amazing inventory of the latest Subaru models, we'll help you find the Subaru that suits your lifestyle and fits your budget. And right now, take advantage of financing rates as low as 0% on select models. Lowe's, it's what makes a Subaru a Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
It hardly ever snows at our house this time of year, which can be a big bummer. But I still check every day, just in case. My mom says never give up, because the holidays are full of miracles. And they are. Especially with my mom.
You're always there for them, and we're always here for you. Food Lion, here for every moment.
Tomorrow on Coast Life, get expert advice on prepping your home for sale and maximizing your investment. Learn the secrets to the perfect ponytail. Plus, see how Millville is sparking holiday spirit and community support. Tomorrow at 4 on Coast TV.
My friend and swim instructor, Ryan Lochte, is here.
Are you still swimming?
You know what? It's been on my spirit.
Wednesday at 2 on Coast TV.
3 days of dog shows are coming to the Wicomico Civic Center. The Salisbury, Maryland Kennel Club and Mispillion Kennel Club are teaming up to put on the Eastern Shore Classic. This dog show is open to the public and admission is free. Organizers say it will include all breed shows, obedience trials, and rally trials. The show opens at 7 a.m. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Now that's one show I know that's definitely going to the dogs. Okay, let's take a look at our umbrella giveaway. May-Kate McKinley, congratulations from Long Neck as our new Paul Davis umbrella winner. Congratulations. Here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. 59 for Wednesday. Cool. On Wednesday, you're going to need the long sleeves. It's going to feel like summertime on Thursday. Then it's going to feel like a very chilly fall, wet day on Friday, Saturday and Sunday, particularly in the morning time. It's going to feel like a start of a winter day because we're going to be near freezing for Sunday going to Monday, Monday going into Tuesday. We're only going to be 1 degree above freezing. And until we get to next Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we're going to stay pretty chilly throughout the entire day.
Thank you, Paul, and thank you for joining us here On Coast TV News at 11. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is up next. We'll see you tomorrow for Coast TV News at 5 a.m. Have a great night.